another week.
Absolutely.
Another podcast.
Did anyone notice that maybe someone's missing?
No.
No? You didn't? No one even noticed?
Yeah, somebody's missing.
So what happened to him?
Came over to the high school, gave us a little help last weekend.
That'll do it to you.
Haven't seen him since.
He's been down ever since.
No, he's got some
Wisdom teeth.
Yeah,
he had an infection. He had to do an emergency kind of oral surgery. So sending out best wishes for Sean to feel better. We would have looped him in here and FaceTimed him, but I'm pretty sure he's too loopy, if you know what I mean.
I'm sure he'll be back next week with a little extra to say.
Well, exactly. So we're going to optimize on that, the fact that it's not.
Not him this week.
So let's chat a little bit about last week. On Valentine's Day, we did something fun.
Oh, yeah. We got to go to the Business Roundtable.
Exactly.
Run by the Chamber of Commerce.
And what did you think of it?
It was great.
It's your first time going, right?
First time going. Got to meet a lot of new business owners.
About 100
Cary.
people.
There was a packed house in there for that. Great presentation put on by the mayor there.
Yeah. I mean, it was really very informative. I mean, you could look at things. I think I made some highlights here. First of all, for everyone that's watching this, it's posted on the village website.
Yep.
So definitely go through that PowerPoint. You'll find out a lot of very interesting information that you may not have been aware of. But I mean, you look at some of these highlights of some of the community recognition that we've gotten, and best Illinois city for jobs. We are #1 for McHenry County, and
safest place in Illinois.
Yep.
Midwest, mid-sized cities.
Exactly. Best places to raise a family. We're ranked #2 in McHenry County.
Absolutely.
So we can understand why people love our town. They love being here. And you know what? So do we.
Yeah, we do.
And that's why we're doing what we're doing, right?
Yep.
Oh, well, here we go.
Something loud.
Something dropped there.
That was my phone.
There's your phone. Okay, no big deal.
That's good.
So it's...
we had a busy week, though.
We did.
Finished off that, and then came in new Daily Herald interview.
We did. We had a Daily Herald interview on Monday.
With all candidates.
With all the candidates.
Yep.
It was, I've never done one of those before, so I didn't know what to expect.
It was interesting, yeah.
It was interesting. The format we were told was going to be an interview style.
Just back and forth, everybody got their
Everyone got
2-3 minutes to say,
opportunity.
Ask questions.
So it certainly wasn't a debate format, so we want to certainly be respectful of that and just listen to what everyone had to say.
Yep.
I think that you did a great job.
You as well.
We did our best,
we did
right?
Best, yeah.
But what are some of the takeaways? There's a couple things on there that we were discussing that we thought, we might need to set the record straight on a couple of things.
Yeah, well, senior housing project going in, right?
Right.
Everybody seemed in favor of that.
Right, at the meeting, everyone spoke that they're in favor of it, but in reality...
Maybe not so much.
Right, because you researched that.
Yeah, went back through board meetings for the last couple of years and stuff, and there were some no votes against the current one going in behind Jewel.
Correct.
Right.
Correct, our opponents are current
affordable senior housing.
Right, it's kind of... to me, it's unfortunate because we've talked about this. Number one, we have a huge need for senior housing, and this was a start for it.
Right,
and this was affordable.
Yep.
And people ask me sometimes, well, what does that mean? Is it low-income senior housing? No, it's affordable. There are seniors out there that don't have fixed income. They may not have a pension.
Right.
Maybe all they're getting is Social Security. They could have money in savings,
right,
but they just don't have a revenue stream of ongoing.
They want to stay in the town they love so much, church and schools.
When you've got the safest city, when you've got best cities to raise families in, their families are here.
Right. You don't want to boot your seniors out of living in your community.
So it was a little shocking, I would say, at the some of the positions that were taken at that interview.
It's all on public record out there to see.
It is on public record.
Easy.
And the public record shows that, number one, track record speaks for itself. My voting record speaks for that on that. One of the other things I think that came up that was interesting is the Meyer property.
Meyer property, yeah.
And you've got really educated on that because you toured it.
I toured it. I live right in the neighborhood there in Fox Trails.
Right. Some of the things that were said at the interview.
We were promised a safe shelf around it.
Right. They were not factually accurate.
No.
There was never.
There's nothing in there.
No, there's never a promise. And think about it. How could anybody promise on a lake that you're going to have a stable level at all times? Right. You're going to have a safety ledge the whole time. Because you're going to have
water, rain,
drought, up, down, exactly.
Right.
So that's just not, it's not even feasible to say that someone could promise you something like that. And we asked Randy at the time when he brought us out there.
How it was and the depth and
and we did some research, so we verified it with the village that that's just not accurate. That's not accurate information. Had we not approved for the extension, then we would have had a lake that, how much was Randy saying would be approximately?
30% smaller.
30% smaller.
No improvement.
No grading.
No parking lot.
No $500,000 that we got to the village. And, again, this was set up as a passive park. There are no trails that butt up directly to the lake. So from a safety standpoint, and we looked at all that, from a safety standpoint, it was fine. Yeah. And as for the path around there,
it's nice, crushed down, compacted gravel.
That and it met all the standards that the village set for best practices.
Right.
So I mean, that's really what.
I'll ride my bike there. It's gonna be great.
Right. I think it's gonna be fantastic. Nice I'm very excited about that.
Families will enjoy it there for sure.
Exactly.
Very nice.
The other thing that was kind of interesting that we talked about, I mean, there was many things, but one of the other things that we talked about was interesting was business incentives.
Yep.
Business incentives. And we've talked a lot about that because economic development is a key for something that we know we need to have.
How do you get the interest of businesses? Why do they want to come here?
Right. And what type of business incentives?
Right.
And we talked about that we're a non-home rule.
All we have right now is revolving business
All we have is a revolving loan, a low-interest revolving loan. So right now, the facade improvement is gone. We don't have anything set up for any type of tax sharing incentives.
Right.
Those are the types of things that we want to have available because I think
you do, because when businesses come here and you invest in that business, they invest in their community.
Right.
And comes back.
You know that because you have a business and you see what's going on with that.
Absolutely.
So sometimes, owning a business or managing people and managing the whole in and out and of how a business runs, you get a feel for those type of things.
Right.
And I know you have that, and Sean, we've talked about the links with his business, and I certainly I don't own a company, but I manage it. Yeah. And you certainly have a lot of different things that go along with that.
Absolutely.
What else do we want to talk about?
Chamber Commerce got brought up a little bit again.
Commerce got brought up. And I think that Sean did a very eloquent job.
Yeah.
I'm looking as if Sean is here. Sean, you did a great job of explaining some of the current challenges and the tension in that. The village board and the chamber are not working hand in hand as partner.
No, that doesn't sure seem like it.
But at the meeting, at the interview process, it was a little shocking to hear some of the things that were being said because some of our competitors were
touting the chamber,
things, and they just don't participate.
Right.
I don't want to use the word never, but they are not active at all.
Right.
I've never seen them at a dinner. I certainly haven't seen them in the last, say, 3 years at Main Street Fest doing anything or volunteering their time or talent for anything like that. Again, I think I'd rather focus on what are the things that we bring to the table, not what other people don't have. I'm not looking to say negatives about other people. I want to talk about what you bring to the table.
Right, just factual. We're in this community. We love this community.
Exactly.
What's best for everybody here. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people here that have a lot of different needs, and you've got to kind of look out for everybody.
Exactly.
So.
And I think that that's something that you've shown by your action.
Sure.
Don't we say? I said to my kids all the time, actions speak louder than words, right?
Try to do what's best. Try to instill in your own kids,
So you could
community
say something.
Value.
Volunteering your time. I mean, look at you. You're in pain from all of your work you've been doing at the
it's enjoyable,
high school.
Right?
You
gotta love what you do a little bit.
And you feel very, you feel blessed that you can give back.
Yeah,
and you're teaching your children something that is a valuable lesson in life. And if everybody gave a little bit.
Right.
What a wonderful world.
A little bit different for everybody.
So I would say that when we talk about unity and we say, why are we unite Cary? We're united in the fact that we love our community. We want what's best for our community.
For all residents.
Right. We want to make sure from our children
all the way up
just
to
like this is why we talked about that we would support like daycares, like Kids Are Kids.
Right.
Which, our opponents didn't do.
Right.
And exactly, seniors, teenagers,
working class.
We want to have that. This is a great community that we should be able to share with everyone.
Absolutely.
So, I think that we learned a lot from our first interview process with the Daily Herald.
Daily Herald was interesting,
and we appreciated that, and it was an interesting format.
Absolutely. You guys got a new Facebook page.
The village has a new Facebook page. Woo! That was yesterday, so we had a social media policy.
Yep, it's up there.
And I had made a comment about that was kind of questioned. And I guess the point I was making is that, since before I was elected, I asked, before I was even sworn in, that I thought that we should have a social media policy. Yeah. I thought it was very important. And then I kept on pushing that. It took about 6 months for us to even have a meeting about it. And, while someone in the meeting may have said, hey, I support Facebook, when you delved into the discussion, it became, hey, you know, at the village, right? Only if you have someone monitoring it full time. Only if you make it, you can't have it static. And I appreciate that, but you can't then say, hey, I was in favor of it.
Right, but it's also putting resources the village doesn't have at this time.
Which is right. Which
basically could take somebody a full-time job, a part-time job doing at
Well, I think we start off again,
right,
kind of walking slowly, baby steps, see where we're at, and just look for another medium to be transparent, to relay information, because not everybody's going to do that.
No.
You know, not everybody's on Facebook. There's a lot of people that aren't.
So people still read the newspaper and
we want to get
the newsletters come out. And
right, and that's what we want to do. We want to get as much information out as we can so that people have opportunities to know.
Absolutely, more informed is much better.
So I'm very excited that we finally, I feel like, almost 4 years, but we got a social media policy. It wasn't a unanimous vote, but we got it done. We got it done, and that's what matters.
Yep. We shared the page on our page up there so everybody can see it.
Yep.
Come like the page.
Absolutely. I've already liked it, so we'll have to like it on our We Unite Cary. Remember, people, go to weunitecary.com.
Yep. Like that page if you want to follow us along.
We would
love every
that.
Friday coming out. So
it's going to be a big push for you for the
musical.
Get the musical done here.
Yeah, 2 weeks from tonight.
Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It's Thursday now. That's going to be posted on Friday, but it's Thursday.
Friday, 9 a.m.
But by 9:05, I assure you they will be sold out.
Pretty much gone. Right? It goes really quick.
And that just shows you what great programs we have, and
shows,
very successful program, and so many kids.
Yeah, all the way from the Park District programs to the high school.
You know, it's kind of like our so many of our other sports programs that do so well, because we have such a good introduction level that goes up to that. But you know, I digress. I just wanted to share that I'm excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe go check in on Sean.
I think we should go check on Sean. Sean, we hope you feel better. We're not sure you're going to be able to. He's going to be a little chipmunk.
We should bring him some pretzels or something to eat.
Something salty. Might just sting a little bit.
And we'll be back.
We'll be back next week, checking with everybody.
With Sean, we hope.
Yes, absolutely. We're wishing Sean, we're missing Sean a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little, Sean.
If you like this video, don't miss any others. Click on the subscribe button and bell below and be notified of any of our future videos.